I know you guys clicked on this video for a reason. Maybe you're depressed, you're angry, you're frustrated, that you cannot help but think about all the other things people are thinking about you, judging you for. You feel caged up, you feel boxed up, you feel like you can't be yourself. And it is a very common problem I find with people to have this issue. I know for me, I definitely had this issue of always thinking about what other people think of me. And when I do something, I'm afraid that I'm gonna get judged for it, or I feel really embarrassed when I make a mistake in front of people. And then I think about it for hours and hours and hours. And it was a really big thing in my life. You know, I grew up homeschooled, and I didn't have a lot of social interaction growing up other than my parents and my brothers and sisters. And when I would go out in public, it would be really hard for me to just socialize, and I didn't really know how to act. And it was really difficult. And you know, to be honest, I had times where I was just like shaking, like in fear of just what other people are thinking about me, or just I didn't know how to act around people. I didn't know how to be myself in front of people. And it was really difficult for me. And especially when it came to, you know, girls as well, just really feeling like, oh, what are they thinking of me? You know, and everything like that. And, you know, I really had a really hard time with this issue of just, I couldn't just be myself, and I didn't think myself was good enough, and I felt people were always judging me or thinking about me in the moment, and it just wasn't a good thing. And it really prevented me from being happy and being able to interact with people in a normal way. And it was really damaging. I remember it getting so bad, you know, not only for girls, but just people in general, that I would go and throw up in the bathroom because I felt so like I couldn't be myself, and people were judging me, or I made a mistake and felt so bad about it. And it just got to a point where I needed to do something about it. So one of the biggest things that really helped me out was moving to New York City. You know, after I moved to New York, I felt it was the perfect training ground because there's millions of people there. And if I made a mistake or embarrassed myself, I probably wouldn't see that person again. But that was my main reason of moving to New York, other than filmmaking and pursuing my dream with that, to really get over this fear of what other people think. Now, I would just go out in public and do embarrassing things, say embarrassing things in front of people on purpose to see and prove to myself that these thoughts I was thinking, that they weren't true, that people were judging me that harshly, or they really even cared. Now, the problem is a lot of people think, oh my God, I just did something really embarrassing. That person's going to remember it for the rest of their life. Now, that's not true. And I think for a lot of you guys, you need to go out there and try this for yourself, that you need to just get over that fear of doing things that are embarrassing and saying things that are embarrassing, because you got to realize that people are in their own little world themselves. Now, you might think they're thinking about you all the time. Oh, you have a stain on your shirt, or you just tripped on the sidewalk, or you said something embarrassing. But the reality is they might really think about that for 5 minutes or like a few seconds. Like, person tripped, or he said something stupid, or you know, he knocked over his glass or dropped his you know, cup of Starbucks or whatever. But then they're not going to think about it anymore, because people are so in their own heads that they don't have time to think about you like you think about you. You think about you more than anything else. So you think people are thinking about you as well. But the truth is, you do something and they're not even going to think about it in a little bit. So stop worrying about what other people are going to think of you in that regard, because they don't care. They really don't care. They really don't care about you in the way you think they do. Of course, if they're a good friend, yeah, they care about you in that way. But like random people on the street or wherever you aren't going to care if you do something. They're going to forget about it a few minutes later. It doesn't matter. Now, I would definitely recommend doing what I did, is going out there and embarrass yourself. do embarrassing things, you know, I used to just go out and like wear embarrassing stuff too, just to see, or like turn my shirt inside out, or, you know, just to get over that fear, because it's not a big deal. It's really not a big deal, and people don't care. Like, oh yeah, guy's shirt's inside out, like I said before. Now, the problem with most people is they have a fear of saying who they really are and being who they really are, of people judging them and you know, thinking they're something they're not. And I was a big, you know, I put on this huge front to protect myself of being this really cool dude and like, you know, with an amazing life. But the best way to start having self-confidence and really feeling comfortable in your own skin to where you don't worry about what other people are thinking of you is just be yourself, in the terms of be honest about who you are, what you do, and if you have an opinion about something, just say what your opinion is without worrying about what that person is going to say about you, because they don't know you as well as you know yourself. And you have to be true to yourself, and that's where your confidence is going to come from. And when you're confident about who you are and what you do, then it's not going to matter what other people think of you, because your opinions about yourself is more important than what they have to say about you. And they don't know anything about you, really. A random person doesn't know anything about you. Even some like decent friends aren't going to know your true self unless you're completely honest about who you are. So just about speaking raw honesty and truth is going to be your best bet. And just who cares about what other people think if you know yourself better than they do? That's the truth. But as well as that, go out and just embarrass yourself, and don't be afraid to, and realize that those people aren't going to think about you or what you did for more than 5 minutes, 10 minutes, because they'll just slip their mind. They'll start thinking about themselves again. They're so caught up in their own world, they don't even care. That's one of the biggest things. Just, you think you're so important to everyone else, but reality is they think the same thing about themselves. So it's not gonna make a difference. They're gonna forget it. They're gonna forget it, and that's it. So, you know, that's kind of the biggest way I got over it. And even being on camera, you know, I make mistakes with my words. You know, I might do something weird with my hand, but to get in front of the camera, that takes a lot of self-confidence and not caring about what you guys at home are going to think about it. You know, you could think this was a terrible video, or you thought it was really valuable, but either way, I have to put it out there because I don't care what other people think, and yet I do want to help people. So no matter if I get this video was terrible or this video changed my life down below in the comments, it doesn't matter. I just wanted to share my experience, and hopefully it was helpful for you guys, and that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next one.